Welcome to the video. This video is to give people that want to start Bout and Blade Warband on the native module kind of a good start. I wouldn't call it a power start, but a way to jumpstart that's a little maybe out of the ordinary. A lot of this information I found on the internet and the forums and trying it out for myself. So your experience may vary, but essentially what we're going to do is we're going to create a new character. We're going to start up in Sargoth in the Nord territory, and we're going to solo a bunch of Sea Raiders for early armor and loot and renown and early levels before we get anybody. And the best part is that you literally only need a shield, a sword, and the hunting crossbow that you start with. So let's get right into it. I'm going to go ahead and say sorry for the quality of the audio. Just using a headset here, and you're probably going to hear a bunch of background noise. It might sound kind of like a 1920s radio show. So anyway, so what we're going to do is we're just going to do kind of like your normal start here, power start. We'll pick a banner and let's go with purple unicorns. I'm going to do realistic with no saving. Let's try Solo Raider Man. Solo Raider Man. Very original. I'm going to go ahead and get as much iron flesh as possible here, just hopefully so we don't screw this up. And let's do that, and let's do... I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm going to do extra... Actually, you know what? I'm going to just do everything into strength just for extra HP. We're going to up our one-handed and our crossbows. Sorry, you probably hear me clicking around here. And then as far as this goes, what I have found works really well is getting like 12 in the strength and going 4 iron flesh, 4 power strike, 4 weapon master with 12 agility, and 4 shield, and 4 riding. Riding is very important. The higher it is, the better, and you can use a better horse with higher armor, and you'll see what I mean. But let's see, I'm just going to go with shield. This is just for the sake of doing it for the video. Let's see, and then like I said, we're gonna go Sargoth. So alright, so let's get this guy out of the way here. I'm gonna run through. So one of the tricks how we're gonna solo these Sea Raiders is we're gonna use our bolts and our crossbow, and we're gonna use first person view. So I'm gonna try to line up this shot here. Don't hit me. Oh, yep, I took it like a man. But see how I shot him in the head there? Headshot, you do extra damage on headshots naturally. So we're going to go for a lot of headshots on these Sea Raiders, and you'll see how we do it. I'm going to tell the merchant that we're a little bit busy, got some important business to deal with. Alright, so in your inventory, you'll notice you got your hunting crossbow, your bolts, your rusty sword, and shield. So I'm going to put the sword and shield in the first slot so that whenever you load up the game, that's what it's going to be in your hand, instead of the crossbow and bolts. So let's take a quick look in here. Let's just see what we have. Sometimes finding a light crossbow, which is the only other crossbow you can use while mounted, is a good thing, because it does a couple extra points of damage whenever you do a headshot. That's going to multiply a little bit. Having a lot of bolts is okay, because sometimes you miss, and God forbid you're, unloading your crossbow on a bunch of Sea Raiders, and then you have only, I don't know, 1 or 2 bolts left and still have like 10 Sea Raiders to kill, so then it becomes a lot more tricky. So having more bolts is good, but I've got it down to pretty much being able to solo these Sea Raiders with just 1 bag of bolts. So the looters, you know what, here, I'll show you what I'm going to do with the looters here. Surrender or die looters. So I don't know if you know this, but every time you load up a map, if you don't like the terrain, you can hit tab to retreat as long as you haven't engaged the enemy or taken damage. And you can retreat, charge them again, and it changes the map around, the terrain a little bit. And it actually will do this 3 times. So here's the third option. Whenever you do this, you want flat ground, or as flat as possible. And this looks like the ground that is flat, like the flattest other than this hill right here. So we're just going to fart around until these looters come up over the hill, which you can kind of see. I push shift here to kind of zoom in, and if you push R, it puts you in first person perspective, which is what we will use when using our crossbow. And you can zoom in using first person. So these looters, the only thing you have to be aware of with looters is that they have rocks. And you might be like, oh, rocks, what's the big deal? Well, I'm playing on normal, good, and fastest, which is got my difficulty rating up to 112%. So these guys actually, like with the shitty armor that we're wearing, they will do a lot of damage to us. So even their rocks. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our shield up and we're going to circle around counterclockwise. Counterclockwise. You might hear the dog in the background here. He's listening to me talk and he thinks that I'm talking to him. Yep. So you'll notice, see, even from rocks, the horse took 9 damage just from getting hit with a rock, which kind of sucks. So one strategy I can demonstrate here is whenever you are fighting sea raiders, you'll notice that they shoot arrows and that they will throw javelins and throwing axes. The enemies have a certain amount of ammo that they can use before they're all out of ammo. So one strategy that I like to use is do this big huge circle around your enemies until they expend all of their ammunition. Once they do that, the AI tells them, alright, just go get them. So they're going to run right at you. So what we're going to do is, this is what we do. You line up a shot, boom, headshot. You see how I did that? You wait for them to get close enough so that the drop of the bolt doesn't come to an effect. Because if you just shoot the bolt off, you'll notice that the bolt's going to drop. If you shoot them close enough, you don't have to worry about the bolt dropping the trajectory. So what you do is, as you're reloading your crossbow, you kind of go away from the group. You line up kind of sideways with them, perpendicular. Boom, shoot, and then you turn the horse away, reload, go away, rinse and repeat. So you're going to do this with the sea raiders. Boom. Every time. You're going to do this with the sea raiders. Now, why it is very important to have all of their ammunition gone is because if they're running at you and they have ammunition and you're a sitting target, they're gonna light you up. They're gonna turn you into a pincushion. No good. And on this difficulty, with the amount of damage they do, it is pretty much a guarantee that you're going to be captured and knocked off your horse. So speaking of horses, the starting horse you get, okay, so, sorry, he's running away. You'll notice sometimes in the groups they start to run away when they feel routed, they're scared, they run away. But as you approach them, sometimes they'll pull the old trick on you and whip around and try to attack you and catch you off guard. So you got to be careful of that. If they're running away and as you approach them, they continue to run even when you get up on them, they're going to try to run off the map. Okay, so let's go find some sea raiders. One important thing to note about your horse is the starting horse you get is, it's decent, but it's not great. It's got 8 armor. Its speed and maneuverability, like, that's not a big deal. But the armor, only having 8 armor and 100 hit points, is not a great thing in case, like, sometimes you just can't dodge arrows, and sometimes you just can't dodge javelins and throwing axes. So your horse's health is a very, very important thing to take into consideration. So if you're on a map that's not very flat, oh, Sea Raider 17, whew. Alright, they see my name is Solo Raider Man. So they're really mad. They're like, oh, Solo Raider. Solo, my group is 17. So what you want to do when you're fighting these sea raiders at the beginning is you typically want to find a group that's maybe 15 at the max. That's ideal, but we're going to try 17 just to show you. But what I am also going to do is I'm going to try to pull them into this like flatter territory. Come on. There we go. Oh, there's a group of 6. However, if I approach these guys, the odds of these guys coming up behind me and these guys attacking me, bringing a friend where they combine into a group of 17 plus 6, which is 23, not a good idea, especially when you only have 29 bolts. If you have 29 bolts for a group of 23, you might not be able to take them all out. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to get this group of 17. Yep, they're going to drink from my skull. Okay. Oh, perfect. So you'll notice it's a very flat map. So what we're going to do, like I said, we're going to go in a big circle. We're going to wait for them to approach. We're going to go in a big circle, circling around them, keeping our distance, and trying to get them to expel all of their ammunition, or expend all of their ammunition. Back to what I was saying about the horse. Now, sometimes, no matter what, if there's a bunch of archers and there's a bunch of dudes shooting and throwing and all that stuff, odds are that your horse is going to get hit. Now, if your horse has more armor and more hit points, then you can kind of live with the horse getting hit once or twice, 3 times maybe. But these Sea Raiders are going to do a number on this poor little saddle horse here. They're going to light this guy up. And if you get knocked off your horse, you're in trouble, because these guys are going to run you down, especially if you have no athletics at level 1. So you'll notice there's some archers in the background, some Sea Raiders. I'm counting maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, excuse me, 4. All right. And each archer that you see is going to have around 30 arrows. So what you're going to do is you're going to try to keep your distance, go around in a big circle, and let these guys shoot, shoot, shoot until they expend all their ammo. As these guys approach, they're going to start throwing, you'll notice they're throwing axes, like we're at a bar, just throwing axes at us, thinking they're going to hit us. Now, the axes don't really hit often, but what they do, they freaking hurt. Javelins have a lot faster of a move speed, so they can probably hit you a little bit easier, so it's still important to keep your distance. When you get a better horse, oh boy, that guy, he had me timed well. When you get a better horse with more hit points and more armor, you can do another technique where you actually are circling around, and maybe I will upload a video later, part 2. Oh, see, there you go. I'm still trying to keep a good angle, but my horse got hit once, 28 damage. And granted, these guys have, you know, however many, 4 or 5 archers with 30 arrows apiece. That's, you know, 120 to 150 arrows coming at you. See, damn it, I got hit again. So sometimes, if you notice you're getting lit up like this, you can kind of bob and weave. See how I'm doing this? Bobbing and weaving, and it kind of messes with the AI's aim. You'll still get hit occasionally, but sometimes you won't. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to keep my distance as far as possible and kind of do this like left, right, as I'm going forward, keeping my shield up at all times. If your horse lives and you get hit a bunch, I mean, doesn't matter, you're done. But if your horse gets hit maybe once or twice, that's not that big of a deal, as long as you can get rid of all their ammunition. So this is strategy number 1. It's just making a big circle, letting them use all their ammunition, all their projectiles, throwing and shooting until they're done. So we're going to keep going, keep going. This gets a little tedious, especially when there's, you know, 6 or 7 archers, which sometimes that does happen. And if that does happen and you haven't engaged them, you can see them by hitting shift. You can zoom in on them from a far distance, and you can see, they've got 8 archers. Like, you don't want to mess with that. You can hit tab where you hit retreat, and you can hit yes as long as you haven't engaged them, and it'll reset. And raiders have, I don't know the % chance, but there's a % chance that they will spawn as an archer, and there's a % chance they will spawn as just like your regular dude running at you with, you know, throwing axes or javelins or something. So we're going to keep going. I'm noticing this archer right here, he ran out of arrows. That guy ran out of arrows. A lot of these guys have run out of arrows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move in a little bit closer and see if I can't get these guys to throw their stuff at me. Oh, there we go. So you'll notice that the AI, they won't throw and they won't shoot if there is another NPC in front of them. So I guess it's like them thinking they're going to hit their buddies. So you might circle around them a bunch, and you're like, oh yeah, they're not throwing axes at me anymore. They're not throwing javelins. They're not shooting at me anymore. I think I'm good. It might be because there's 1 or 2 of them that's in the middle of that group that just haven't had a clear shot on you. And if that happens, and you're sitting here doing your the little circle around and then start to shoot them, you might be surprised a guy's going to whip out a javelin and hit you right in the frickin' forehead, and then you get captured with a javelin in your forehead. You survive somehow. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to keep circling maybe for a couple more seconds. I'm going to see if any of these guys line up another shot, which it doesn't look like they're gonna. Okay, so now that all their ammo is expended, you'll notice they're just running at you. They're just running at you. If you don't have a ranged weapon and they don't feel the need to have their shield up, they will run pretty quickly at you. You see, they're pretty fast. You get close to them, they put their shield up, and they slow down. That goes for you. If you're running around with your shield up, you're going to slow down. But watch, as soon as I pull my crossbow out, they're like, oh crap, and and then they all kind of slow down. And that actually works in our favor, even though their shields are up. So, like I said, we're going to try to line up our horse a little perpendicular to them. Nice arrow in our horse, 2 of them. We're going to line up our shot, go into first person. Now, I'm going to wait for this first guy right here. Maybe that guy. Boom! As soon as they get close enough, they're going to drop their shields. So it takes a little bit of practice, a little bit of timing. But you'll notice, he came right at me, he dropped his shield, it exposed his face, and I whacked him right in the forehead. That guy has no shield, but because he has no shield, he was running a little funky, and I missed. So you'll line it up. There you go. With a crossbow, you want to literally aim like kind of at their forehead. If you aim above their head when they're that close, the chances that the bolt will go over their head is pretty high. The dog is talking to me. It's like, who are you talking to, man? I'm talking to myself. Alright, so I shot that guy in the forehead. You'll notice, headshot, 32 damage. He had on a helmet, so the guys with the helmets are going to take less damage. That's why it's important to make sure that you have extra bolts. This guy, no helmet. Oh, come on. Dog. Yeah, I know. I know. I gotta concentrate, buddy, and then we'll go outside. So this guy, no helmet. Yep. Boom. 84 damage, headshot. Yep. Notice my bolt count. 23 plus 1 loaded, so 24 bolts. If you mess up my shot, dog. Boom. 8 damage, wow. Must have been a glancing blow or something. That sucks. As you start whittling these guys down, they're gonna, like, you know, rout, quote unquote, they're gonna take off running. Boom. And as they're running, sometimes once you get them down to, like, with this large group, maybe like 4 of them, they will actually try to run off the field. So you want to chase them down with your sword. And if you already have damage on them with the bolts, that's good. Otis, stop. Thank you. I know. Alright, so I'm going to try to see if I can get these guys with no helmet out in front first. There we go. Boom. So that way I know how many bolts I have left to deal with the guys with the helmets. Alright, see this guy's Ginger running at me. Boom. Alright, so I'm counting maybe 1, 2, 3 more guys, maybe 4 guys without helmets. I'm going to try to get them out in the front. I see him out here. Okay, so I'm just circling around. Boom. Circling around. My riding skill's at 3, so I have enough acceleration to get away. Not sure how good your acceleration will be if you have no riding skill, but I can imagine that it would still work if you hit them early enough. So drop the shield. Oh, missed. Okay. Trying to poke me with a spear. Alright, oh, this guy. See how that guy jumped in front of him with the shield? He didn't actually jump in front of him, but he kind of moved out in front of him. When that happens, even if the guy's head looks wide open for a shot, the chances of you hitting the other dude's shield are pretty high. So you got to try to get as clear of a shot as possible. Here we go. Boom. Right in the dome. Alright, hold on. I'm counting one more dude here without a helmet and maybe 8 guys left. You can hit backspace and it shows you who's left. Yeah, okay, so backspace kind of shows you the map, shows you enemies and all that stuff. Alright, we've already taken out 9, which is great. So let's see. Alright, so you know what? I have 14 bolts for 8 guys left. Okay, so that guy we had already done damage to. Alright, you'll notice this guy, he's running, so I'm going to chase him down. Oh, no, the guy changed his mind. He's like, oh, I got you. But did you? Did you get me? So he's a little bloodied. I'm going to see if this next bolt will take him out. We've already hit him once. Boom, 40 damage, headshot. Good. Alright, here he goes. This guy's running off. Oh, I missed. Oh, okay. So he changed his mind. He's like, you know what? No, I'm going to stay and fight. This guy, he swung his sword and he missed. This guy sucks. Alright, let's get this guy. Oh, nope. Sorry. I wasn't paying attention. This guy on the left here, he decided he's going to come on in hot. Alright, I'm going to shoot this guy. Boom. 42 damage. So you'll notice, like, your crossbow proficiency will go up really high, really fast. Oh, where you going, bud? So this guy, he might be playing the long con here, trying to... Aha! You were, you bastard. Alright. You'll also notice we're pretty close to the edge of the map over here, so I'm going to try to bait these guys back towards the middle of the map so that once they actually start to rout, they have a lot further to run before they get away. So I'm going to move out this way. Alright, you'll notice I have my sword and shield out, so it makes them run a little bit quicker, because if I pull the crossbow out, they put their shield up, they run slower. Whoa, their shields look square from this distance. That's what I get for playing this on a laptop. Alright. So this is a larger group of Sea Raiders. This is taking a little bit longer. With a smaller group, it won't take as long. You can knock them out pretty quick and move on to the next group. Your horse's health will refresh. Your ammo will refresh. Boom. Okay, alright. He got a little scared. He's like, oh, I got shot in the face. I don't know about this, Dad. Alright. I'm going to try to get this guy. No, this guy's a little closer. Oh, no, they're both. 30 damage. Is he going to run? Yep. But he's probably going to try to trick me. So as they're routing, you can get a good left-handed swipe on him. Let's see. Oh yeah, he was really scared. Alright. Put this back up, see who's running away. No one yet. We're not quite in the middle of the map. I'll go back. Alright. So we're down to 5 enemies left. We've got 10 bolts. We've been really good with our ammo. Pretty accurate. Sometimes when I shot, it just kind of went nowhere, which happens. Alright, reloading, because I wasn't reloaded. Hurry up. Boom. Alright, dead. Alright, yeah, so once they get down to a low number, they realize, like, they're in trouble. They will actually rout. Yep, see how they're all like, shit. That guy took off. I'm going to chase this guy first, because I think I hit him already. Alright, we're going to give him the old smackaroo. So my weapon proficiencies are kind of low, so I'm not going to do a whole lot of damage. I think this... Oh, they're both running at me? Oh, yeah, that guy came back. Tricky. Alright, so let's see. Oh, this guy has no helmet, so this is the guy I was trying to get earlier. Should be able to... Oh, of course I move. For greater accuracy on horseback, try not to move. Boom. Got him. Last guy, he's like, you know what? I'm definitely going to get away from this guy on his horse. My athletics is so fast. I was a runner at Sea Raider school. Alright, so check this out. We just soloed all of them. We took no damage. Our horse took a little bit of damage. We got lucky, only got hit twice. Hit tab. 17 killed, man. And look at this. This is the best part. After you solo a bunch of these dudes, they drop a lot of stuff. Sometimes it's all this crap down here at the bottom, which isn't worth much. But we basically just got kitted out from one group. So a crude mail shirt, 36 and 11, 21 and 4. Yeah, way better. Boom. And look at this, it sells for a crap ton. The throwing axes sell, armor sells. Typically, javelins and throwing axes sell pretty well, armor sells pretty well. A new helmet, yeah, it's cracked, but it's better than what we had, which was nothing. Let's see, a new shield, much better than our shield. Yeah, this has a resistance of 2, but it's small. Well, actually, no, it's size 100, it's the same size. But, I mean, look, it just looks like shit. So now we can replace it with our nice new Nordic shield. What about these boots? Leather boots, 16. That's an upgrade of 3 armor for our legs. Boom. Rusty Nordic sword. Oh, a real Nordic sword. Look at that. That's way better than ours. Well, yeah, it's pretty good. It's slightly less reach, but 1 point of weapon reach isn't going to make a difference. From 94 for this one to 95. 1 point, not that big of a difference. If it was 5, maybe. Yeah, look at all this. Large bag of arrows, helmet. So this is a good way to get your followers geared up as well. However, in these games sometimes, or these maps, when you're fighting these Sea Raiders, the followers will get got by the Sea Raiders. So, and then look at that, from 1, level 5, right off the bat. Boom. I'm gonna do some more Iron Strike and Power Flesh. My writing is 3. Whatever. I don't know. Let's do. Honestly, this part is where you choose. I'm gonna do. I don't really care. I'm just gonna screw it. I'm just put more into that, and then we'll do shield and why not? We're gonna boost this as high as it'll go. If we have any points left over, okay, can't put in crossbows. So, pretty good, not bad. Like I said, if you have a better horse, let's see if we can actually go get a better horse, and I can show you how this works too. This second strategy rather, to get rid of the archers quick, you make it a little bit faster. Oops, wrong one. Horse, let's see. Yeah, of course, the one with 18 armor. 10 grand. Well, that's cheap. You know what? I'm gonna go with the heavy courser. They're also really fast. Let's see if I have enough to buy this. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend buying such an expensive horse when you have only done this one time. Excuse me, let's see. Do I have enough? Oh, oh gosh. Yeah, so this early in the game, the traders aren't going to have a lot. Darn it. Darn. But you'll notice, we get a lot of money right off the bat. So 1,081 from the looters, one group of looters, one group of sea raiders. Let's sell the rest here to the other trader. Let's see, are we gonna, whatever. Alright, and then the horse. Oh, we already did the horse. Armor. This is a really good way to get money and gear early. Like, really good. So, I've fought two groups and have 2,000 dinars, or dinners, whatever you want to call them. Dinars. I just say it in my head, not really out loud. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to try that, see if we can find another group of sea raiders. I'm just going to click around here. It sucks when it's dark because you can't see as well. Those some manhunters. Alright, so sea raiders, where you at? Where are my sea raiders at? Manhunters. Alright, I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Oh, farmers. Dee. Oh, shoot. Oh, looters. 4, really? Oh, surrender. Sorry, this is gonna... Just give me a second, man. So now that we have more armor, rocks aren't going to hurt as much from looters. Arrows won't hurt as much, but they will still hurt. So it's still a good idea to be safe. I'm going to see if I can snipe one of these guys as they approach. So I don't have to... Oh, you rock-throwing bastard. Alright, get a little closer, and wow. Right in the top of the head, right in the bowl cut. No offense to anyone with a bowl cut. You do you. Alright, yeah, you can throw rocks. Alright, hold on. You throw that rock. Boom. Oh, hey, you're back there hitting my horse. Wasn't even paying attention. Alright, you know what? Fine. You get a bowl cut. You get a bolt. Alright, we're just gonna take this guy out. Oh, of course I miss. Hey, quit hitting my horse, dude. Come on, swing. I'm gonna stab you. Hey. Alright, now that I stabbed him, easy pick. Dude, you can throw those rocks, man. Pitcher. Bang. See, they like wore out my horse. If your horse has more armor, it's not going to happen. It's kind of what sucks about doing this early, but if you're careful, you'll be alright. Alright, I know we're getting to a late video. What is it? 16. Dang. Alright, you know what? We're going to do it. I'm gonna try this strategy here. I don't know if I like this map. I'm gonna go up here to the top of the hill and see how it looks. Oh man. Oh, this isn't too bad. No, this isn't bad. Okay. So I'm trying to spot as many archers as I can from here. I see one, he's posting up, but he couldn't take the shot. His buddy was in front of him. Alright. I'm not going to finish this battle. We're going to do the same thing to finish the battle, but I just want to see if I can get this archer. Or a archer, show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's see, where's our archer? Okay, they're going to start throwing crap. Throw. Okay, there's our archer bro. Alright, so he's trying to stay in a clear line of sight, so he will stay still and all his buddies will run away from him. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm going to wait for his friends to get closer. Alright, oh, there's 2 archers, great. So doing this with multiple archers is kind of tricky, but this is what you'll do. You'll kind of come at him at an angle, you wait for him to shoot, get a couple shots. Alright, then you want him to take one last shot, and then you're going to swoop in for the kill. Boom. Oh, son of a gun. Alright, so you'll notice that I suck and I missed. However, if you're riding at him and you have your sword out, you'll hit him. Let's try this guy. He's up at the top of the hill. Hey, Robin Hood. Alright, do one more. Try to time it in between. Oh, yeah, here we go. And boom. Got him. 1 archer dead. All these guys are still throwing their ammo. Alright, one last shot. Get it in there. Oh, yeah, you're toast. Got him. Solo Raider man. So now all these guys, they're not archers. All they have are javelins and throwing axes, so we're just going to circle around them, let them throw their ammo out. Then we're going to pull this here crossbow out and give them a little pew pew right in the dome, and we'll be done. And we have more bolts for this group now because we killed 2 guys with our sword. We didn't have to use bolts, so it's great. 25 damage, wow. I wish I could take 25 damage. I'm getting hit in the face. Alright, well, I hope this has been helpful. I'm gonna see if I can make more videos here coming up with some other power start stuff, but I hope this is helpful. Good luck soloing these Sea Raiders. You can literally solo Sea Raiders once you get a high enough crossbow skill, a light crossbow. You can put more arrows in, or rather bolts in your inventory, which then you can access with the luggage that's on the field. You'll notice where you start, there'll be this little box on the field. You can always go back to it and pick out stuff from your luggage. So if you run out of bolts, you can go get some from your inventory, and you can take out groups. I've done groups of like 39 Sea Raiders, 40 Sea Raiders just by myself. Get a lot of renown, a lot of experience, and a lot of loot. And get rich quick. Get up to like level 25 before you even take a companion. It's pretty dope. Takes a while, but it's worth it. Anyway, so I hope this has been helpful. Good luck, and until next time, Solar Raider.